Nithyanandam guys, welcome back to the Kundalini Yogini. If you haven't yet subscribed, make sure to do so to follow my journey of learning yoga and spirituality here in India under a master and sharing that journey with you guys so that we can all live a more conscious lifestyle. Today I wanted to discuss music and how it affects our consciousness. Now, you guys might have, started to hear bits and pieces about how obviously the words that we listen to, the words we say matter and have effect on our life. If you've read that book, The Hidden Secrets of Water by Dr. Emoto, probably you've seen those kind of studies that have been circulating around and getting pretty popular, which I think is a great introduction to start to understand the effect that words and repetitive words have on our consciousness. But I wanted to go a little deeper into this with you guys because I had a really huge click regarding this a few months ago actually. When I was back for my visa in the US, and in Canada, I was back more in the world, of pop culture and of music and of the radio and et cetera, which I normally don't ever hear while I'm living here. I don't really listen to the news or listen to the radio like that. So anyways, it got into my mind, like it was so interesting to hear the songs that play and what they're saying and how they're saying it. And I started to realize, wow, the same way that in Hinduism, right, we have mantras. Mantras for higher consciousness or connection to the divine or even to manifest a certain reality. We have all of these type of things where we repeat words to manifest something. Whether it's Om Ham Ham Shivaya Namaha, Om Nithyananda Parama Shivoham, something like this, where there has a specific purpose to why we are saying what we're saying. Now, why I bring this up is because if we apply the same logic to other words that we're saying, to the power of words, then when we're listening to a song that's saying, I'm so lonely, or I'm full of heartbreak, all these type of famous songs that talk about love and heartache and being hurt, or even anger and being angry at your ex and getting revenge, or even to the extent of songs that are really misogynistic against women, abusing women and other cultures, degrading, full of, cuss words and all these negative energies, where it's literally saying like, F bitches, get money, all these kind of things. Repeating in your head. Now, I used to think, honestly, if I'm being straight with you guys, I used to think that this stuff didn't really matter. Like, okay, I get it, but I can still listen to it because it's fun and I enjoy it and I like listening to it. I really only realized the other day how much of an impact music actually has on our consciousness, and that too in our external reality. I'll just share a few stories with you guys. One of them, my brother and I were having a big discussion about this actually, and he was sharing that one of his favorite bands, Other Lives, which is a really beautiful band, makes amazing music. But it's not necessarily about the most powerful thought currents. It's still talking a lot about depression and that kind of a thing. And so this is a band which he's listened to for years. And he said he actually started to see how even their lyrics of their songs were starting to happen physically in his life. Means like very specific lines from their songs were starting to actually manifest as his reality. Why? Because these are lyrics which he's repeated over and over again, probably thousands of times, for 5 to 6 years. When he was sharing this, it really hit me how much this is true, because it actually goes both ways, right? It's a cycle. Not only do the songs we listen to affect our reality, but from our space, whatever space we're in at the moment, we also seek music which is at that same frequency. So for example, when I was in high school and I was still partying and I was, having lots of emotional issues, and my world really revolved around, boyfriends or friends and parties, all I listened to was rap and hip hop, and I loved it, and it gave me that energy of literally feeling like when I listened to a song, I wanted to go party. You guys might relate to this. The song in itself made me want to go drink alcohol or made me want to go smoke, whatever it was. So the same way, when I started to get out of that world, I started to shift my taste in music. And probably you guys have experienced this too. I started to listen to more beautiful, conscious music, more bands that are about happiness and love, or just creating the world that you want to live in, like Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros, one of my favorite bands. Fleet Foxes makes amazing, beautiful music also. But even them, still, there's some thought currents there which aren't necessarily ones I want to be constantly repeating in my life. But I was for so many years. So we have to be so aware about what we're listening to. And that's why, personally today, I only listen to really, almost all the time, all I listen to is Indian music, not just any Indian music, specifically Sanskrit or devotional songs that are in Tamil, Hindi, or Sanskrit and English. So all I'm filling my being with is just songs speaking about the divine and adoring the divine and being devoted to the divine, just invoking that space of bhakti and bliss for life and excitement and celebration of life. That's all I've realized fulfills me, and all I want to be repeating continuously as my manifesting reality. I don't want to be even repeating songs about just, a romantic relationship or all these fake fantasies that we create about ourselves, even with a partner. Even those types of songs are not something I want to put in my consciousness constantly. So it's really interesting to look at, and even at the deeper level, to really see how we're being programmed. It is a very powerful system of programming the public with pop, specifically pop music, the most popular music that there is. If you start to analyze, I want you today to listen to the radio. Not just listen, but really deeply listen and look at what is the mantras that you're being told by the music industry, by society. And you'll see how frightening it actually is. So make sure that you're taking care of your being and what you're listening to. Listen to music which is something which you want to be programming your consciousness with, because whether you want to or not, it's going to be happening. Repeating those words and hearing those lines over and over again, it is a very powerful manifestation tool. So make sure that it's in the right hands, that you're giving the power to the right person. And just take care and make sure that you're listening to the most high frequency possible so that you manifest the highest states of consciousness for yourself and in your life. I hope this was interesting for you guys. Let me know your feedback. I would really love to get into a discussion about this, and I would love to hear your guys' specific examples of seeing this maybe manifest in your life in powerful ways. So thanks again, guys. Love you all. Nithyanandam.